because I set the other live event to horizontal and then it didn't want to let us go horizontal. So I'm just fixing this now so that we can be, it's just a bit wonky. This is only ever our second YouTube live, so it's just so, why is it so wonky? Thank you.
That's not straight.
Do you do, this is recorded, so don't like wobble it about too much, otherwise everyone's going to be seasick.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Don't breathe.
Hello everybody, don't breathe. So we're back for another live Q&A session. The last one was so popular, so we're going to spend a little bit of time today answering your questions. And last time we were just as millennial and techno.
Oh yeah, because we
hid
click.
the.
This is the problem having to touch.
Yeah, live chat. Yeah, live chat. Yeah, so if you are watching, afternoon. So if you're watching, we've just got one person watching right now. See how it's all to yourself. Oh, hi. So yeah, now is a good time for you to ask us any questions that you might have. We do have a couple that people have asked us on Instagram. But I'm going to need you to have a look and see if... Well, I know the one that I saw was about...
So this is how... It wasn't doing this last time. It's popping up. Every time someone sends a message, it pops up.
Yeah, but I think
it wasn't doing it last time.
Yeah, I know. But you're saying that like it was a YouTube problem. It wasn't. It was an
It
us
wasn't
problem.
an us problem. It was YouTube.
It wasn't. It was
set out against us.
It was an us
what
problem.
What am I doing?
Well, I don't know if you're going to be able to look now because I think it was on Instagram that I asked, but I know that...
Okay.
See, it's disappeared now, but...
Yeah, it disappears.
Could I ask, did your agent keep you updated throughout the whole process of buying?
Through
buying, no. Well, so it's no secret that we used Vez from Ideal Homes. And when we were buying, he was mostly like great, really great, but I think it's just the way out here, you know. People are a little bit more laid back. And I think at that time he was also like getting really busy. So he's just the kind of person who you need to ask all the time, like what's going on? Is there any update? And I think that's probably quite normal because when he's waiting for something, he's just waiting.
Yeah, well, I think if it was a bigger, I don't know what to say, like a bigger company that had more people working for it, then it would maybe keep you up to date more. But it's just him, I think, and he's got one person working with him.
He doesn't have any staff really. So
they all said I would never make it, but
oh my god, right, we are so old now.
Right, there's Instagram.
Oh, it's making noise, baby. It's making noise. Yeah, but you won't be able to see because it's you won't be able to see.
Oh, okay.
What people have asked because I did it on a poll, so
okay.
I think only one person asked a question anyway. But yeah, basically not really. We had to kind of badger him, to be honest. Thanks, Julie. Thanks for that comment. That's nice. I'm glad that you enjoy our videos. I'm putting my finger over the thing as well. Glad it's come back on as it disappeared at first. Hi guys. Yeah, because we were trying to figure out.
We went outside to show everyone the garden. We were like, oh, we want to show the garden. It'd be a nice backdrop.
No, I think she was talking about just now because we started it, but then
and we closed
the
it
orientation.
Because it was like, turn your phone.
Oh, hello from Coventry. That was Coventry spelt in Bulgarian.
Ah.
Yeah, it's really annoying this.
You know that it'll just...
I know, but I like to look and
like
to get
to
ahead. I like
there,
to get ahead. Would you recommend retiring to Bulgaria as a single American woman? Well, if I think about being a single American woman...
Get into the mindset.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think there are lots of little circles you can get involved in here. And it depends on what you want, really. If you want a life of solitude, then yeah.
Well, the thing is, it depends, doesn't it? Because you could move to a city...
Well, you could even move to Popovo, and Popovo has a really nice... It's kind of quite fairly busy town, not too busy. It's a really nice size.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really nice place to retire.
I feel like there's options for absolutely everyone.
I think there is, because I think even if you're the sort of person who wants to be very social, even if you don't really want to learn the language, I think there's lots of options for everybody here, and I think that the cost of living is really attractive. We paid our deposit whilst we were in the UK and hadn't seen the house, only online, then came over to Bulgaria. It took us 3 days to set up the company. And that was it. We were so lucky. Yeah, you were lucky. Because I've heard lots of really terrible stories about people who buy properties online. And I always say, don't do that because there's so much risk. And there are so many.
Like, I'm going to buy something off of eBay.
Yeah.
And we were like, please don't.
just recently, yeah, someone contacted me and said, like, there's this really nice house. Can you help me look at it and see if it looks legitimate? And I said, go and speak to a lawyer here in Bulgaria. Like, speak to a lawyer, and then the lawyer can find out if it's real or not. And it turns out that it wasn't real and it was a scam. So you've got to be so careful about these properties online. And the other thing is that, do you know what? You can find a really good deal online, and then you can come here and you might really flipping hate this country. It might not be for you. You might hate the area.
From one village to another, it can be completely different. And also, they're not going to say on an ad on eBay, oh, by the way, every single day the water gets shut off. You know, and that happens in a lot of villages, or they shut power off certain hours of the day. Then you're never going to know that without actually coming here and speaking to a local person.
Yes, there's a lot of problems that people come across, and I just think it's the best thing to come here and meet the people who live here. Go to the village, get a feel for the village, drive about and just see where you want to be, because honestly, you could make a huge mistake buying a property that you then would find really difficult to sell.
Yeah.
We're just a little bit behind
How's that
here.
going?
No.
You just read that one.
No. Did
Don't
you travel? You're wrong. Did you travel around Bulgaria before settling on a location? And why did you choose where you are? Is this what I mean? It disappears.
I know.
Why did you choose where you are now? We have just come back from a little Bulgarian village but want to explore more settling. So it was really difficult when we came because we had the kids.
Nova was 6 months old.
Yeah, so we had a 6-month-old and a 2-year-old. So, like, getting in a car for multiple hours a day was just not an option. It was really hot. It was May, and as English people, we thought it was really hot. Now we realise that
it was upper 20s.
Yeah, so we
were
were
like,
like,
oh my god, it's so warm.
And the kids were, really struggling. So we, so I messaged the agent ahead of time to
say exactly
set
when we were
up,
coming.
to set up some property viewings of properties and I sent him images of the ones we wanted off of his website to look at. And we got here, and I emailed him, and I was like, right, when are we meeting? And he said, oh, I'm not free until
I'm
the
busy
second
this week. Yeah.
Whole week of just doing
so
nothing.
We were just going to random agents, being like, please show us some houses. And people took advantage of that and showed us, first of all, rubbish, and second of all, overpriced rubbish. You know, we found one property, we were like, we don't even like it, but it feels like the only option. And then we got a text from the person saying, oh, by the way, that's gone from 10,000 euros to 14,000 euros. And you're like, okay, that's now out of our budget.
Yeah, it's quite frustrating seeing these properties being put up for sale for ridiculous prices, just because they're taking advantage. So and
that's because compared to a lot of Europe and especially the UK, it's pennies in comparison. So you could say this property was sat, and you could say 40,000 euros, and someone would go, that's incredible, but we paid 7,000 euros for it. But you still would be like, it's a great deal at 40,000.
Yeah, so I had read a book about Bulgaria, and it was the journey of a couple who came from the UK all the way here, and they spoke a lot about Veliko Tarnovo, and they described it in such a magical way that I fell in love with it in the book. And then when I got here, I fell in love with the city. And even now, I haven't been for like over a month, and I really miss walking around the streets. And it's funny because I said to Anthony the last time I was there, I was like, oh God, coming to VT is so stressful with the kids, and I really wish I'd been more grateful. So
I think, can I just say, I feel like we were looking at houses down south before you read that book.
Well, yeah, we were, and we were looking at loosely. I mean, we looked at.
We knew there was agents. I mean,
we were following Alternative Living Bulgaria, and speaking to him. But there was a lot of questions that he didn't know the answers to. He suggested that we just stay here illegally, basically, and not get a visa. Yeah,
Which is one
if he
thing.
watches this back, we've got the receipts. Yeah, he didn't seem to know because obviously they were here before Brexit, so he didn't know
and it
anything.
was right as things were changing, so I guess information was slow. But like, if it was just us, we'd maybe be a bit more risky. But because we've got kids, we can't risk our whole family being deported.
Yeah, the thing
Because
is
we
when you're
don't have
here, like
visas.
it's really stressful thinking like, oh my gosh, could a police car turn up and not take me away, but like say I need to. Is my nose burnt? It's really red on the screen.
No, I think it's just
a
a
light
screen.
or
It's just a
something.
screen.
Yeah, so the short answer is we didn't really look around much. We kind of panic booked loads of property viewings with different agents, and then we quickly realised people are trying to take advantage of the fact we're English, even English agents trying to take advantage, trying to say, there's a limited time on this, it's limited. No.
Lots of people are coming and buying, which is true. People are coming and buying a lot more properties here.
Yeah.
But the value of the properties are only being inflated by the market, by people putting the property prices up. Nothing else is changing. It's just people taking advantage, and that raises the market.
Yeah, it's becoming a very popular place for people to come, and there are so many beautiful places that this is another reason why that was sounding like Baby Down.
Yeah.
You okay, Noel? Oh dear. Oh dear. Need a wee wee. There's so many beautiful places in this country, and you can't believe it until you come here. I mean, there's this gorgeous lake just outside BT, and it's just stunning. There's a couple of our videos where we featured it. There's a drone footage and everything, and gosh, honestly, you're just spoilt for choice here. So I would always recommend coming here first. And it's my opinion that if you're coming to a foreign country, you should integrate with the people here. They are poor people, they are lovely people, and their language is one of the oldest in the world, and they're very proud of that. And I think it's really important to learn that and respect that when you come here. So you have to, I think, be prepared for that, and be prepared for that pushback if you want to come here and bulldoze all of their culture and be very British. So yeah, I feel quite strongly about respecting the Bulgarian culture, because it is the country after all, and it's so ancient. Yeah, and I feel kind of a little bit protective of it in a way, to be honest. So yeah, you just have to come here, and see for yourself. Let's see. How is your composting toilet going? Great, actually. We broke the bucket by accident. Both of us did by accident. We took it outside to empty it. As we put it down and we shut the door. We both put it down on a stone, and it cracked in the bottom, and it was really, really messy and disgusting. But other than that accident, we've replaced the bucket, and it's going really well. It's actually been so useful because of the fact that we are renovating the bathroom, and cleaning it is so much easier than cleaning a traditional toilet. With water, we save so much water. A couple of weeks ago, we were 9 days, I think it was, without water, and it barely affected us really. I'm sorry, guys. You're gonna hear a lot of the kids in the background during this. I feel really good about the composting toilet because the systems are not here. We don't have a sewage treatment centre. We don't have a sewage system out here. So I feel quite good about having, a human manure compost heap, at the edge of our property, and it's going really well. Yeah, it seems to be composting down nicely, and yeah, I feel quite proud of it actually, because I feel like it's doing quite a lot of good, for the environment and for us, health-wise. I think. Let's see. How is the car? Is it fixed yet? No, we're waiting for a text. Yeah, we have been waiting. There's really only one guy out here who is trustworthy enough to give your car to fix it for a reasonable price. And we've been waiting for so long for him to get us in, and he finally got us in last week. then there was some stuff happened. One of our neighbours has a bad back, so he's actually friends with the mechanic, so the mechanic had to take him to the hospital. And yeah, that put our car back. So we are literally just waiting any day now, really, for him to tell us to come and get it. It looks like it's all gone well, so yeah, fingers crossed we get a message tonight. I think we were expecting to get a message either yesterday or the day before, but I think because he's had to go to the hospital, it's been a lot later. So yeah, we're just waiting now, really, but it's fine. Everything's good. You know, we've Anthony's been getting taxis into the town to go and get groceries. It's only 10 minutes away. It's been nice practice for his Bulgarian. You know, we're really seeing the positives of this situation. You know, it's meant that we have been here a lot more. We've not been spending really any money. And yeah, it's kind of been okay. So yeah, I think it's going to be okay, to be honest. Our agent did us a video tour so we could see the house. He did it live so we could see everything was okay. Yeah, that's great. I think that's good. I think it's more of a like, you're not, he's maybe not going to show you bits that maybe would be a problem. For example, like if you have farmers next door, or if there is someone who likes to burn stuff, you know, or if there is you know, problematic neighbors. There's some people who play a lot of loud music here, you know, and if you just like the vibe of the village, really. So, but I guess it depends on your reasoning as to why you want to come here, to be honest. Yeah, for me, I really wanted to make sure that we were certain that we wanted to be here because we were coming full time. So, Anthony,
Yeah.
could you turn that down a bit, please? It's really loud.
My phone's next to you.
Oh, so yeah, and I think if you're here in person, a lot of the documents need to be done in person as well. And if you pass over power of attorney, that also is a little bit scary, you know, because that person also is in charge of everything. So you have to be so trustworthy of that person. It can be really dangerous. So yeah, there are often success stories. You know, our friends Johnny and Bex. Okay, well, why don't you go and ask Daddy to turn it up for you, Baba? Our friends Johnny and Bex, they got a house. I think they bought it on like Rightmove or something. And their house is beautiful. It's lovely, and they have wonderful neighbours, and it often works out. But it's just if you are here in person, there's a lot less risk of you getting scammed, basically. So that's why I always say that to people, you know, because it's really important to avoid the risks. How is learning Bulgarian going? Mnogo dobre. I've been very busy with work, which is one of the questions I got on Instagram. Was what do I do for work? I am an English teacher, and online, and I also hello guys from Manchester. Are you planning to explore Bulgarian places? Yeah, so I'm an English teacher online, and I write. I'm a copywriter, which means that I write blogs and articles for businesses, and I work for an agency. So I've had a lot of work on. So I haven't been able to focus my studies, but every night I listen to Bulgarian, and I practice it with our neighbours. So I feel a lot more comfortable now. I have more phrases in my vocabulary now. For example, Mogalida Tipomogna. Can I help you? Can I help you? Things like this, you know. And I'm starting to understand things a little bit more now, to be honest. So yeah, I feel I go through stages with it, to be honest. I think like any language learner, sometimes I get really frustrated, like I'm never going to learn. And sometimes it can be really frustrating when we go to like restaurants or bars or anything like this, and the people in there just really don't want to speak Bulgarian to me. They just want to get the transaction over and done with. Yeah, and Anthony's been doing really well too. He's been learning and practicing. I can't remember what it was that I taught. He wanted to know how to say I have lived in Bulgaria for 10 months. And that was what you wanted to learn, wasn't it? Don't shut that.
No, I went to stop myself.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we're doing quite well with it, to be honest. The kids are learning as well. Did you ship? Hang on, let me just go back here a little bit. How's your composting going? Hello, friends.
Did you answer the car question?
Emily, Laura and Anthony give love, Stephen, Bulgarian friends, a kiss. Thank you so much, super helpful. Sitting grits near Burgas, but going to try Varna or closer inland next time. Yeah, inland is beautiful, you know. Did you ship a lot of your household goods from the UK? No, so we sold basically everything, and then we put what we could in the camper van, and then
Which
we
were
drove.
living in, so there really wasn't a lot of space.
Yeah, so we basically brought stuff like paddle boards, tents, tools.
Yeah.
But you know there is a weight limit
Some clothes
on what we can drive because of our licenses. So you can only 3.5 tons or 3 tons.
3.5 tons.
So you can only weigh 3.5 tons. So we literally weighed like 3.4 or something. Was it?
What's that?
People can give us like super thanks on this. So I don't know
wow.
who that was. I can't see who that was.
It says US.
Yeah.
Oh, so
thank you so
US
much. Yeah.
Dollars. Oh, cool.
So no is the answer. Shipping
Yeah.
stuff over is so expensive and just not worth it.
There are some new companies that are opening up that are making it a lot more affordable because my parents are going to ship stuff over to their house. So there are definitely options, but we didn't want any of the stuff from our house. It is stuff that we basically cobbled together over the years that we were happy to give away and sell and stuff like that.
And we knew that we were going to be having like a kind of off-grid type setup, and that the systems were going to be different here anyway. So we just thought, there's no point. We'll just buy stuff over there. You know, it's mostly sentimental things like photos and
your bump
kid
casts.
stuff, and my plaster casts of my pregnancy bumps and things like that. So I wouldn't advise it, to be honest, unless you really want to. So it's Isa Chakarov or Isa. Thank you so much. Mnogo благодаря.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Hello from California. Hello guys from Manchester. Are you planning to explore Bulgarian places? Yes. Oh my god, we really want to so badly. We need another banana.
This is the last banana in existence.
Nova's obsessed with bananas, which is hilarious because it's like the only thing that we can't grow. We really want to go to the beach. I really want to see Nesebar. I really want to go to Varna. It's about 3 hours drive from here. So once the camper van is imported, we're just working through that process right now. It's taking a really long time. But once the camper van is sorted, then you are going to see so much Bulgaria content of us exploring places and staying overnight. We'll take the dogs. We're going to get some automatic feeders for the chickens and the cats so we can at least leave them for one night, and drive back the next day. But certainly we're looking at exploring more in the future, definitely. Bravo, много добре. Напредвате с българския. Благодаря ти много. What was the next one? A big problem with the state in Bulgaria, both city flats and countryside houses are the descendants of the owners. The flat we purchased was disputed by the son of the previous owner 6 years later, so hiring an estate lawyer or broker who can check it if there are any. So basically the answer is like you have a lawyer. Thank you so much. I think that's Diane, and it's just done that. Thank you so much. Hiring a lawyer is so valuable. They know everything. They know the ins and outs. And in our ebook, we have a couple listed. Tanya Dimitrova, she's an immigration lawyer. You can find her at www.visaforbulgaria.com. She's fantastic. There's also a guy called Dimitrova or something. He's an also recommended lawyer. Really good. It will uncover any living descendants that can dispute your sale. So for us, it was really important because we knew that there was 3 sisters. The thing is with Vez, we've gone through Vez, like Vez knows everything and everyone, and it can be frustrating because he's so busy, especially now that there are various YouTube channels who recommend him. He will find it, he will find out, and he's got a great team as well, so it's worth getting in touch with him if you're up this way where we are near VT. But certainly engaging a Bulgarian lawyer is a must, and this is something I wrote in the ebook as well, which is why I listed some. What are the roads like in your area? The ones around Goritsa were scary. I think it depends on your experiences. We have driven in Thailand, Cambodia, Borneo, many different places around the world, and people said Bulgaria was crazy, but we haven't really had that many crazy experiences in Bulgaria. I think there was one a couple of months ago, which I said to Anthony, like, that's the first time I've been like, wow, that was really scary. Crazy drivers in Bulgaria. But to be honest, the roads around here are like quite all right. The thing is, near us, we have a road that runs, I think, from VT more or less, all the way through, like up to
Rus. If you're going from
to
Rus to
Rousse, yeah. So there's lots of lorries and stuff, so the roads are quite good. There's quite a few like turns and bends and things like that, but I think it's just something that you just
I
adapt.
feel so safe. On
I
roads.
feel really safe because I think
just
people
know that people are going to overtake me, so I'm like, okay.
The thing
I
is
just drive
here,
slow.
people will flash you if there's police up ahead. They will indicate
to let you know the road ahead if you want to overtake.
They will indicate to let you know to pass. People just they just get on with it, you know. And there's no road rage here, really. I've found, in our experience, anyway. Life in BG is harsh, but don't give up. Thank you so much. Thank you, Adam. Thank you so much. Thank you for your help and love your videos every week. Thank you, Nicola. How much is council tax and electricity and bills cost per month? How much is enough to get by on? Is car insurance out there expensive? Your channel is brilliant also. Yeah, so this is quite amusing because
it's not a monthly cost like council tax.
So
like
do council tax first. Let's look at council tax first.
So for this house, I think we paid a little bit more. Like there's a little bit of a backlog of what we paid.
Yeah.
2 years was 160 lev, which is about 70 quid. That's for 2 years. And we think that's actually a little bit more than it should be.
Yeah, it is.
So that's council tax.
Because there were fees for not paying it, basically.
Yeah. So that's council tax. Nothing. You know, you pay that and then you don't have to worry about it for the year.
It's normally about £20 a year, I think, or something stupid.
And if you don't
average.
pay it, just pay it the year after. Like it's really, if you're in a situation where you...
But if you don't pay it for a number of years, there is a risk that it depends on the municipality, but there is a risk that your house might be repossessed. If you're not living there and you're not paying your house tax, there's a risk. So it's worth doing. The point
is, like, if you were really stuck to be able to pay it, it's not the kind of thing like in England where immediately you're going to get letters through your door.
No, not at all. So
car insurance.
And car insurance is different here because you don't insure the person, you insure the car. So our car is insured under our company, and that's it basically. I don't know, you pay it in one go, don't you, for the year? Or for a number of months? Do you buy
I think I actually need to check that because we've paid for like 3 months because we didn't have the money to hand when I insured it, so we only insured it for like 3 months. But normally you just pay for the year. So when you put it through its MOT, the CAT, then you pay for a year's worth. So it's MOT'd and insured for a year, and I think it's less than 200 lev for the year. We've not put our car through an MOT yet, a CAT, so I don't know how much that costs.
But everybody knows that your car basically just has to switch on to get through CAT, so it should be fine. Many first-class Bulgarian roads are well maintained. Unfortunately, it's disappearing. Unfortunately, some less important roads, village-to-village roads, so-called Selski Putica, I think that is, Putishta. Balls. Also, if you go to the Rodok mountain roads, be ready for some scary moments. Tight turns with awful heights. Even God can't help you. Yeah, I think, to be honest, like, we're so used to, because we've travelled a lot and we're used to like crazy roads.
Well, we drove the van across Europe and there was some, it might have been in Romania, where we had to go, like, there was road diversions, we had to go over a mountain and the roads had been torn up to be replaced, and we're in a 3.5 ton van to the brim going up these hills and there was no road.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of like, it's, you know, we can handle it, but
Yeah, so I think, yeah, if anyone's going to do it, it's us. But you know, we've got two little kids as well, so we've got to be really careful. And obviously we've got all our animals here as well, so it depends if we can get someone to house sit.
Yeah.
If you want to house sit, let us know. Speaking of which, if you like cats and dogs and chickens, we just get someone to house sit and we'll go. But yeah, that's a future problem.
We
How
don't
was
have the van even on the road at the moment.
No, it
It's
will
being
be
sorted.
how was filming with Channel 4? Yeah, it's just a bit tiring to be honest, because it's fun. It's really fun. Like it helps to keep us motivated to push forward with things
Yeah.
when we don't have the energy.
Yeah, I think sometimes it can be a little bit like the effort we're putting into filming with them is effort that we'd be putting into making our own YouTube videos. So it takes away from the videos we're making for ourselves, which is making us money. You know, YouTube's making us money. We don't make any money from Channel 4. So it's got its ups and its downs, you know. The motivation's brilliant, but yeah, it can be stressful when they're there and they want to be there all day and they want you to say things a certain way and you're like, oh, I wanna film it and I wanna crack on, you know.
Yeah, we have to be really straight with them and be like, you know, the guy we had today is really nice.
Yeah,
So
he was Italian, so he was very straightforward, and we could be straightforward with him.
yeah, he was lovely, really nice. So yeah, it's fun, and we're excited to see how it all comes out. And yeah, it's really nice actually to share our experience with someone who's so excited as well. Like the guys who come to film are always so excited about what we're doing. Yeah, Putishta is the plural for put, a road, or pat. Roads, Putishta. Yes, thank you. I thought it was. I wasn't. I get mixed up with. And
Can you click that arrow for me?
Does that stay on? Do you think?
Let's see.
In total, how much is your visa D and then residency permit on top? Looking to apply myself, but the internet is a minefield. Different information. Yeah, that I'm going to do a blog post. So we've now got a website. I'm going to do a blog post about our experience. And I'm so sorry I keep doing this. I'm really tired. It's been a whole year, this whole process, probably more than that, because
Well,
it
that's
was
since we
March.
arrived, yeah.
It was March 2023 when we first decided to apply. The initial.
I need some more rice cakes.
I said I can't make you any more, darling.
Is there none left?
There's rice cakes, but she was hummus. I can give you peanut butter.
Oh, yay!
So March 2023, we applied for the initial paperwork and the instruction for visa D. Let me think. A trade representative. So that was going to be €1,500 each. So that's €3,000. And for what we understood, that was going to be everything. We weren't given any other information. And that's where things have gotten really complicated, because it's been a lot more than that. I would probably go as far to say it's been almost €2,000 more than that in total, because there have been additional costs. And I've been talking to some more people who've gone through this process who've almost fallen into the same trap that we did. And I've helped them prevent that. The main problem is your ACRO, because the ACRO certificate is 6 months, has a 6-month expiry. And the issue date, it's not 6 months from the issue date, it's actually slightly less. But isn't that information available publicly on the Ministry of Foreign Affairs website? No, it's really not. It's really not. There is no information about it, because it's kind of a backdoor, to be honest. And it depends on the person you go through, how much it's going to cost. It's probably going to be roughly the same, but it depends on the cost and the person. We had to pay more because when we got here, our ACRO had expired, which meant that all of our, yeah, it is a shame, because it would mean that more people could do it perhaps. But it's really frustrating. And getting a straight answer is not easy. So our ACRO expired, and then from that, it meant that we couldn't then go and apply for our residency the next day when we got here. Yeah, so we had to reapply for a lot of other paperwork, health insurance, extend all of that, reapply for the ACROs, get those reapostilled again, which then cost us about £200 or £300 in total getting them shipped over. It cost us £90 to send some documents one way through DHL. It was really expensive and really stressful, because the agent didn't tell me, hey, make sure that you check the date, because the date is not the issue date plus 6 months. It's there is another expiry date. So yeah, it's really, it's difficult to say, because it depends on how many people you've got in your family. If you have children, you will apply for the visa D. You will come to Bulgaria. You will apply for your long-term residency. Once you receive that long-term residency, you then have to apply for your children's visa D by going back to your home embassy. So in our case, it's England, applying for family reunification in England, and kind of starting the whole process all over again, except it doesn't really cost anything. It's just time and stress, and flights, basically. So we're waiting to find out whether we can go to Romania, because we have small children and it's a big deal for us to go all the way back to England. So we're waiting to see if we can go to the embassy, the UK embassy in Romania, basically, which will be a whole other chapter. So yeah, it's kind of a bit of a complicated question, like how much was the residency and everything.
Oh, yeah. We thought it was. Did you say we thought it was going to be €1,500?
Yeah,
each?
yeah, and we were like, okay, great. But that, you know, there's no list. There should really be a list when you do it of what what to
that's
expect.
like the start.
You know, and if it's something that we get involved in the future with people, like, gosh, I would give you a list of everything to expect, because how can you plan for that? And often you would see in our videos, like, we are crushed because we're like, wow, we're having to pay out of nowhere, like, oh, and by the way, you have to have 6,000 lev in your bank account here, 9,000 lev in your bank account here to prove this, to prove that. And it's really, it's all been very last minute, and it's kind of, it's still,
we came here to live off of, you know, basically be able to live off of nothing. So we didn't come here with loads of money.
No.
And we're like, oh, we need to borrow, you know,
can you turn that back on again? It's just, I feel really, I'm so tired. And the heat is making me feel more tired. So yeah, it's a really complicated question.
But shortcut to all of it, just marry someone European.
Yeah, or Irish.
Done.
You know,
Any
get
European,
an Irish passport.
If you're already with someone, just leave that person.
We're in the process of getting our Irish passports, basically, because we're both Irish descendants. So that's the simpler route. Would I do it again if I knew this would all happen?
100% no.
No, I would go to a different country and try something else.
Or we would have travelled around in the van until we could get our Irish passports.
Could be doing your own content. Yes, absolutely understand that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not really informed on this topic. That's a shame. Hello from Norway. Hello. Hey both, I've also recently got a house in Bulgaria near VT. I'm just about to start the visa stuff with Fez. Would you do it with him again or someone else? I'm told it's about 3,000, 4,000-ish all in. Yeah, no. You would never see me in his office ever again if I could. You have to buy a house through a company though, don't you, before you can apply for a D visa.
I don't even feel like I don't feel like it's even the person you go through. I feel like the process itself is flawed.
No, but they're saying, do you not have to buy a house first before you can apply for a D visa? And no.
No,
so
you could rent.
Yeah, you have to have a place you can rent, which is where Vez comes in, or whoever's going to give you the visa paperwork. They will provide an address where you can say you're living, basically, as a rental agreement, and then that's taken care of, basically. So that's that. Basically getting legal so you don't get deported is a whole side quest. Yeah, it really is, with many smaller quests in it. Yes, it is. It's a real serious side quest. And yeah, I think we're through the worst of it now, to be honest, because once we can get the kids, once we have that definition of where we're going for the kids' D visas, after that, it's just a case of, like, you know, resubmitting paperwork, giving money. I think it's about £650 a year or something like that. So that's fine. Take my money. But, like, I can't create money out of nowhere on short notice, and that's where it's been difficult, you know. We are UK passport holders, but our residents in France. Would we go to the Bulgarian embassy in France or the UK? The UK. Because you're not citizens of France. It would have to be that you are.
If you had if you had a French passport, then you'd be able to go to France.
Yeah, you'd have to be, if you are officially, yeah, but you'll have to be a citizen, I think, of France
to have a passport. French, yeah.
So,
rather than just a residency card.
Do you have any idea? Yeah, and the best thing to do is to also contact the embassy and ask. That's the best way to get don't talk to idiots like me. Just go to the embassy and ask them straight up. because it's just speculation. That's all I know from what I've read online, from people asking questions and stuff. Do you have any better contacts to do the process with? As far as I'm aware, there's no one doing it like Vez. Yeah.
No, we don't have any contacts.
No, I know there are some people who do it through other people. There's, like I said, Tanya Dimitrova, visaforbulgaria.com. She's a contact you could get in touch with to ask about it. And I know she knows how to set up the trade rep thing. So, yeah, I guess you could go through her. But I know that it's been complicated with her. I think the most important question is, are you happy with everything you've done and achieved? Oh, it's a very difficult question. Am I happy now? Like, I'm happy right now. Like,
Yeah, it's when you look back at the whole process, it makes you unhappy because you think, now that I have this information, I could have done things differently. But that's not how life works. Right now, we're happy. We're happy that we live here and we're happy that we're doing what we're doing. So, yeah, it is an important question to ask because you can get bogged down with all of the paperwork and all of that rubbish.
And it certainly feels like once you give your money away that they just stop caring about who you are and the fact that you've got kids. And, you know, at one point our electric was just cut off because
and it's the most weird thing because they turn up at your door and they walk up to your electric box, and I went out and said, like, "Zdravi," you know, and he said hello back, and then I was like, okay, cool, you must be taking the meter. I walked back in the house, he cut the power off and left, and then I was like, oh, the power's just
And
been
the problem
cut.
was that we had the electric wasn't in our name, so we couldn't pay it, and we didn't know how to pay it. And the agent was supposed to be paying it for us, and he reassured us that he was paying it on our behalf, and he didn't pay it, and we couldn't get hold of him. And I was one of the most angry women you will have ever met in your life because my kids. It was cold. It was winter.
Yeah.
We had no fridge. You know, we had no lights. Like it was scary. But they sorted it out for us, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I forgive them for that. But yeah. Watching from Palomazzo. Hey, love from Serendipity. Hi, John.
Hello.
Hello. Keep us smiling. Yeah, I'm sure this is all very amusing for everybody to watch us go through this incredible stress.
The amount of times people are like, oh, so how was the process? And we're like, what do you mean, how was it? We're still in it.
No, you can't get your paperwork notarized at the embassy. You have to go to a notary in Bulgaria to have everything notarized, which is why you need somebody who knows how to do that and has a connection with the
Everything
notary.
has to be, translated, no.
In England, you have to get things apostilled by the government, so you send things away to the government. In Bulgaria, you get things notarized, so you send things to a notary. I think that's it. I think I'm up to date with all the questions. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I do. Thank you. Gosh, I'm so tired. It's been so hot today, you know. It's been like 36 degrees or something.
Yeah.
And was there a storm? Did it go through already?
Yeah, there was. It kind of went a bit dark and got a bit rumbly. But it's blue skies again now.
If you're in Bulgaria, have you had a storm just now?
I was like, what are you reading? You're not. You're talking to the people.
I'm talking to the peoples. Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, it's stressful, you know, but like, oh my gosh. When we're outside, sometimes we just stop and we think, gosh, like, and you watch the kids get that off 22 and put it down.
No, I'm bloody freezing.
Well, go put some clothes on.
No.
Put your nipples away.
Dad,
Right,
Hello, demon child.
20.
I need some more really rice cakes.
Some more really rice cakes.
You just burped at me, you cheeky monkey.
Dad,
Yes.
I need some dried tomatoes on them.
Oh, but we don't have any hummus. sister.
Alright.
Okay.
From what I know, I guess
Wait,
your electric
with
supplier
some
is
butter.
Electro Distribution North, which unfortunately has some problems supplying countryside with non-stop electricity. No, it wasn't that a problem. We're with Energy Pro, and it was because the bill wasn't paid. Can't wait to find and buy our house. Oh, good luck, Spec. Sorry for hogging the questions. Who did you choose as an internet provider? We are with A1. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Don't have any gripes about A1. Really great signal. Great customer service, even if it's not done with a smile sometimes. I try to speak to them in Bulgarian most of the time, and they find it nice. So I need to get that sorted next. Yeah, go with A1, but check to see what's good in your area. I know that people have had lots of problems with, is it Vivacom or something? No problems here. And we are in the Strizitsa municipality, and A1 is great here. And we're really in the middle of nowhere. How's the fruit and veg growing going? Great! We had corn last week. We've got lots of courgettes, even though the chickens keep eating them. And I've been trying to keep the damn chickens out of my veg patch. But they're funny. They've also stolen all of the low-hanging tomatoes. It's quite amusing watching them jumping. I have to see if I can get it on camera. And the chickens are now earning their proper names because we chose Sunday. We chose the days of the week because people told us they will die and you will be sad. So disconnect from them until you know that they're healthy and they're okay. We've got great chickens and I'm so grateful for the lady who gave them to us from Palamarza. I can't remember her name now. I think it was Tanya. Why swap sides?
Because the air's blowing right onto
Oh,
that
okay,
chair.
yeah,
and
I'll sit in the
present.
frosty. I'll sit in the frosty.
Chair's sunk down.
What was the question? Yeah, growing fruit and veg. I love it. I love it so much. And it's so nice to have your own stuff that you know you haven't sprayed or put any chemicals on, you know, and it's just so nice to be able to like go outside, pop outside and like
Yeah.
pop a courgette off the plant and then go and cook it straight away and it's so fresh.
Hopefully it doesn't have chicken beaks.
I know, I said that they keep
Bacon.
jumping up at the
Yeah.
veg and it's quite funny.
It's so funny. She's got.
Why did you? I know. Why did you lock them out?
Hello, geezer.
Hi, I'm a Bulgarian living in Canada and seem to be returning home. Do you think if some of the bureaucracy is made easier, the country can become more attractive for young families to move there? I do, and I think like it's very sad that there isn't a route for someone like me who wants to learn the language. I would love to be, you know, an ambassador for tourism or something like this. There's no route for us at all, other than if you have lots of money to be an investor and to supply, you know, 10 permanent jobs for Bulgarians. So I think, yeah, there is a lot of bureaucracy that's blocking that opportunity from people. And I think, like, gosh, in our village alone, I don't know if you've seen, but there's a new property that the old Komet has sent to me. It's £6,500 and it's a lovely little house on the hill. There are so many beautiful houses here and I walk around the village every day with the dogs and I just think there are so many families out there struggling that would just be so happy here. I know that living out in the sticks is not for everyone, but just come and see first before you make a decision. I think it's really what a lot of people need is to just have some, you know, nature, you know. So I do think that that's the case. Can a non-EU citizen buy property in Bulgaria? Yes, you can, but you have to do it through a company. You have to set up a company first. Yes, we are with A1 and no problems. Yeah. Or I bet it's lovely for the girls. It looks amazing. Yeah, it's really cool. They love it. When you do the videos, the fruit and veg all look great. Do you see a ton of abandoned dogs? Not in our village. We have the same ones. You've probably seen Spot, who we feed. And he... Once we've got the car, and once I have more money, I can see about trying to help with neutering and spaying them, because that's what I would really like to do. I would like to take them to Nina in Popovo and get them spayed and done, because I think that in our village especially, that would help a lot. We have two kind of main character strays in our village. We have Maggie and Spot, and I have taken them both in, washed them, fed them, and they just live. They will not stay in the house. They do everything they can to escape, and I don't have the means to keep them in the house at the minute. And he's a boy, an uncastrated boy, so I can't keep him away from my girls. So in our village, it's not so much a problem, but we don't really get a lot of puppies and things like that dumped here. But if you go to Strazica, for example, there's quite a lot of dogs. And it's honestly, it's honestly just something that you have to kind of get used to. And you can't save them all. And there are people who come here and they adopt like 50 stray dogs, and it becomes their life. And having two for us is a lot because they're babies still, you know. I'm lucky I came here 10 years ago, lived off-grid on a work ad. Yeah, I wish I had done that. Englishman watching from Sweden. Oh, that's really cool. Loving your family adventure. Thanks for the videos. Looking forward to seeing more adventures. Thanks. Thank you so much. It's been really tough, actually. And I'm talking a lot, and I'll let you talk a bit in a minute.
I was going to say, our daughter's in there eating sun-dried tomatoes. They
Yeah.
got it made.
They have a really interesting palate.
Yeah. Yeah.
They like pickles and sun-dried tomatoes, and
Yeah.
she loved the corn as well. Oh yeah, like a workaway. Yeah. What was I saying? The last couple of weeks have been really tough, mentally, I think, for social media, because we've had a lot of like trolls. And now I just delete and block them. I haven't got the mental space for it anymore. And there were some really horrible comments, and it kind of made me feel like we weren't welcome here, and that people hated us because we're white British privileged people. So yeah, I really appreciate the positive comments. It means more than you will ever know to us. If you post a comment on our video, it means more than you'll ever know. I absolutely love reading your positive comments. How easy was it to buy your car? Did you need to buy it through your company? And is insurance, tax, MOT expensive?
So when you're buying the car, if you're a resident, it's easy. If you're not, if you haven't got your resident card yet, then you need to buy it through your company. And what was the other bit? It was the tax and MOT. It's not expensive at all. Like, it would probably...
We haven't gone through CAT yet, have we?
No,
So
we haven't gone
won't
through
know,
CAT, but I feel like CAT is very cheap. But MOT, insurance for the year is, like I said, it's less than 200 lev. So let's say less than £100 for the entire year of insurance.
It's going to be interesting to see how much the van is going to be.
Yeah. What we were paying for our insurance on the van was a stupid amount, because I had a crash just before we bought the van. So we were paying like £130 a month or something for the van insurance.
Was it worth it? So
Oh,
worth
100%. It was our house. But comparing it to then paying less for an entire year of insurance on a 4-litre Jeep. A 4-litre Jeep, I don't know how much that would cost to insure in England, but it would be ridiculous.
Have I told you you look beautiful today?
No, you haven't.
Yeah, having the car is great. It's certainly not easy. Finding a good car in this country is like trying to find a frickin'...
Yeah, so buy a car in Germany and drive it
import
over.
it, yeah.
Yeah, import it. Not in England, because if you
cars are expensive here.
If you buy a car in England and then import it, it costs a lot more to import from England than it does from Germany. So get a good quality car from Germany where they take care of their vehicles, and then import it and have that as your main car.
You've done a fantastic thing moving your whole family there. Don't let trolls bring you down. You're absolutely giving so much back. Well, yeah, and I really hope that like we can, like, honestly, I mean this from the bottom of my whole body, like the amount of stress. Like, I remember in the winter going outside and crying, and Anthony coming out and me saying to you, like, I've had enough of this place. Like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah, because we'd only been here for a couple of months before winter hit.
And it was so tough. Like, we were battling with the house, we were battling with Vez, we were battling with, like, you know, we've had another YouTube channel like attack us over something that we said, which was ridiculous. And I won't tell you who it is, but like it was so ridiculous. You know, and it essentially boiled down to jealousy, I think, at the end of the day. You know, we were doing more than what they were doing, and you know, they felt maybe just a bit bad that they weren't.
Like, we were trying to compete.
We were trying to compete, you know, and like we're doing our own thing. You know, we're not like, you know, a lot of people have said, "Oh, you're well, not a lot of people, but people have said,
one
"Oh, you're
person
copying." Yeah, maybe one person
it's
said,
like stuck.
"Yeah, like, oh, you're copying another YouTube."
And you're like, we've got 2 kids and we moved to Bulgaria.
People do it in Portugal and Spain, and you know, there's so many YouTube channels out there. So, right, we've got just 7 more minutes left. So you guys are doing great. Thank you so much. The toll tax is also really low for a whole year. They even made it less. 2 years ago it was 98 left. Now it's 88.
Is that what's toll tax?
I don't know.
Is that the road?
Is that like the road? Yeah, like the road tax, I guess, that
What's
you
it
pay,
called?
like vignette type
Vignette,
thing.
that's
Yeah. It's raining here in Palomarta. Is the car sorted yet? We are ready for a coffee. Was that? We're ready for a coffee. Keep it. Yeah. We really want to come and see you
Who is it?
guys.
Is it
It's John and
John?
Jill's. Yeah. I really want to come and see you guys because it's been so long.
Yeah, honestly, we've been waiting.
But we have been without a car for so long. Like, it's been so tough. I haven't left the property for weeks because I've been off and we've been busy on the weekends here.
With the girls into Strazica.
I haven't been anywhere in at least a month. I've just been stuck here, and there's worse places to be stuck, right?
We're lucky because the other English people in our village have been able to like give me a lift to go and
oh
get
my
like
god, yeah, these are my
bigger shops.
So grateful for them. But
because
yeah,
there's things that are just very important, like peanut butter, that you can't get hold of unless you go
I need
to
to get my own because the peanut butter here is not good.
No.
Yeah, so the car, we're still waiting for the text to go and get it, basically.
Check my phone.
Yeah, maybe send him a message and see.
Have
you?
I sent him one.
We're trying to like take the lesson from the universe about patience, you know, and like just like there's no rush. We're okay. We've got groceries. We've got a beautiful house. Our kids are healthy. Everything is fine. Everything's absolutely fine. So we'll be all right. But thanks for the answers and thanks for the great content. Thank you so much, Courtney. My fiance and I should be joining you in Bulgaria soon in your videos. Always keep us motivated. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. Did UK miss you any? I'm assuming you mean, does the UK miss you? I don't think so. Most of our friends, actually, our close friends, also moved abroad when we moved abroad. So we've got friends in Costa Rica and in South Korea at the minute. They're our close friends. Have you explored any of the bigger cities in Bulgaria? No, really want to go to Plovdiv. Really want to explore Sofia more. Really want to go to Varna.
This whole year has just been getting the house ready for winter, basically, because we had no time last year to do that.
Yeah, and we're hopefully going to get a quote to do the windows and stuff before winter, which will be just so good.
We've got like, what's it called? Double glazing.
Oh my god, it's going to be so toasty. I'm just so excited for this winter because it's not going to be anywhere as difficult. And we've obviously started prepping all the wood as well. I love that you are embracing the culture and the language and making a home in a new for you country, which happens to be my home country. Thank you, Katerina. Mnogo благодаря. Stay positive and keep on going. What's your PO box to send you a small gift? How do I send that to you?
What is it?
We don't have a PO box, but I don't know how you would send us a small gift. You can maybe send us an email. You can go to our website, our new website, which is phoenixprojectofficial.com. And you can find our email there. If you send me an email, I will send you our address if you want to send.
She's pulling that funny face because if we wanted phoenixprojects.com,
it would have cost us like £7,000. Yeah, so it's Phoenix Project Official. For you to drive a car outside of the city village, you need a vignette, toll tax. Yeah. It's a sort of yearly subscription, maybe not all roads, but most require it.
Yeah. So if you're just keeping it in the close area, you don't actually need it. But
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know at what point, because the guy that had our car before, he used it for hunting, so he didn't have a vignette, because he didn't drive on the roads. He drove straight off-road to do hunting.
But you get all of that when you go and you like register it, and you get you pay all of that when you go to the immigration.
Well, no, you can do it whenever
office.
You want online.
Oh, can you?
You literally just pay it online for the year.
Have you done it?
Yeah.
Because I haven't.
Yeah, no. When I bought the car, Vez did it in the car in front of me. Said, you've got your vignette, and then I just paid him back.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I guess it's done.
But that was like 80 lev for the year, or something like that.
What are you using to learn the language? Would you be up for teaching virtually? I do teach virtually. I don't know about teaching Bulgarian. I can teach you how to say some really basic things. What app am I using? I use a mix. I've kind of gone off UTalk a little bit. It's okay, but I think I prefer Mondly because it's more focused on the grammar. And I find I'm just more used to it. But UTalk is also good. I just try to.
Do we still have a discount thing for
UTalk? We do. We've got a discount code, and it's in most of the descriptions of all the descriptions of our YouTube videos. You'll find the UTalk code, so you can try it out for yourself. It's certainly worth paying for. I pay $12.99 a month for Mondly because it is really worth it. And also, I pay. We don't pay for UTalk because, of course, we are on commission for that. So we give out a little discount code for that, and you get a discount, and we don't pay for it. So I like that one. But UTalk and Mondly is the answer.
I
50
like
seconds
Mondelez.
left.
It's got pictures.
Yeah, but UTalk's got pictures.
Oh,
UTalk's
has
got,
it?
yeah.
Oh, I've just not logged on to that one then because it's on your phone.
UTalk's got games and stuff, and
Oh, cool.
it's certainly more like gamified, and I like that. And the kids really like UTalk because it makes.
They're always over your shoulder, aren't they?
If
when
you
you're
get a
playing?
correct answer, it goes da ding, and the kids are always going da whenever I'm playing it. So yeah, definitely check UTalk out and see what you think. Will these Q&As be regular? Yeah, we're going to try and do them once a month. I realise that this is like the one for August now. We missed July, so we'll maybe do one like at the end of this month. But we're going to be coming up to our 1 year anniversary here next month, which is like
What was it, like the 18th of
the
September?
20th. Yeah, we got here on the 18th
Yeah.
of September. Yeah, and that's where all our troubles began. Are you going to apply for Bulgarian citizenship? I don't know if I can.
I think once you've been a resident for like 5 years, maybe 10 years or something like that.
But
you
also
can.
it means I have to renounce my UK citizenship, which means I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to do that.
Which would maybe be worth it if we didn't have our Irish passports.
Yeah.
But once we've got a European passport, it's kind of, there's no real benefit for us doing that. So I can't imagine that we would. It's the kind of thing Laura would want to do because you enjoy learning and you enjoy me like, look, boom, I can get my citizenship because I can speak fluent Bulgarian.
Yeah, I'd love to take like an exam to have something to motivate me to learn more. But sometimes I'm really busy with work, so yeah, it's difficult. Brilliant HR again, thank you. Big thanks both of you. This has been super helpful. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad because we've been through a lot, and I hope that it's useful for some people during their process, and that they don't have to then go through the stresses that we did because oh my gosh, it was so stressful. With 2 kids, you can hear they're crazy all the time.
A brilliant hour.
A brilliant hour, yeah. Yeah, so we're going to wrap up now, guys. It's really nice sitting and chatting with you all, as usual. I think there's 56 of you here, so thank you so much for joining us.
But only 25 of you have liked it. Interesting. We'll be writing your names down in a little book.
If you haven't liked the video, please like the video if you can. It helps us so much. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe.
We just got an extra one. It went up to 26.
Thank you to whoever did that. Very special. You're a special subscriber. I would imagine after doing most of it, we're through the hard part now. We're through the first year
It's gone up
almost,
to
and
29.
so bullying everyone.
Bullying works.
Yeah, and some people have left, I think. So yeah, spent a few days in Varna. No, 26. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, it really means a lot. And also, if you can please comment on our videos, like that makes such a huge difference. And sometimes I know that you message me and you say, oh, I just watched your video, but I don't see that you've commented on it. Please just comment, even if it's just a thumb. It helps with engagement, and it really helps us on our journey to becoming full-time content creators, which is really what our dream will be once we can do that.
The content will
traveling
just,
and
it will be,
our dream really is to be traveling around Bulgaria and promoting this country to people, and hopefully in the future there will be a better path for people to come and buy properties and rekindle some of these amazing villages that just need new life. So if you are too busy looking at the comments, bullying tactics always work. Yeah, well, when you did that thing where you were like, subscribe, I'm gonna have to get more of those in because it works, I think.
It's gone up to 35.
Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna have to get you
I've
to
got
just bully
11.
people more.
Yeah. That time I was holding an axe, another time I was holding a knife. So, works.
Anthony might be doing Quinn, if you heard of Quinn, when they're doing like spicy audios, where you might have to tell all these ladies what to do. Yeah, it's like
and then they see my face and they're like, oh god.
No, definitely not. Wish you all the best, thank you. There are already many young people returning to the villages, and I really hope that it inspires Bulgarians to come back, because I know that's really important as well. So more often the live streams. Yeah. Well, it's just once we can ply the children with snacks and a movie, then we're happy to settle down.
They've got their own cinema in the other room. They've got the projector up, they've got a sheet hanging, sun-dried tomatoes.
You just gave them the jar? Or?
No, I gave I
I'm
gave
just
her
worried about what
rice
I'm going to go
cakes.
into now.
No, I gave her rice cakes and butter and sun-dried tomatoes.
Yeah, so in summary, our website is now live. So I'm going to be writing some more blog posts because that's what I do for a profession as well. So I'm going to be writing some more blog posts to give you some more information about the visa process. And so let me know if there's anything that you really want to see on the website. There's also our ebooks that you can download from there. And support us, and there'll be more elements of that website that get added as the weeks go on and we've got more time. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend, guys. We're gonna clock off now, and I'm gonna go and play that game. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a shower because we stink from being in the garden.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, thank you
Oh,
so
wow.
much. Thank you so
The
much.
Nomad CEO. That's so
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Bulgarski от мен е много добре. Много добър. Oh, лека нощ, лека нощ. Довиждане, довиждане, приятели. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Oh, yes, I need to do some more singing videos, yeah.
You
Okay,
can say
you gonna say
ciao.
ciao. Ciao, довиждане.
Mommy,
До другата седмица. Ciao, ciao, ciao. I know. Oh my gosh.
mommy.